Dan Bilzerian used to be one of the most infamous Instagram influencers. He made a name for himself in the world of poker, where it was reported that he earned most of his fortune. Then he used that money to flaunt his insane lifestyle, full of women, partying, and vacationing on tropical islands. Bilzerian has been linked to many beautiful women during his time in the spotlight, and today I will be listing the celebrities that he's hooked up with. And at number 10, Sofia Bevarly. Sofia Bevarly is one of Dan Bilzerian's most famous relationships because he says it was his first monogamous relationship ever. They started dating when she was 21 and he was 37 in 2017. They have a 16-year age gap. The couple met at a pool party, and even though Dan hooked up with multiple other girls while at this party, he claimed it was love at first sight, and she was different from these other girls. While speaking with Square Mile about the relationship, he admitted that he had girlfriends before, but these were open relationships, and he was still able to sleep with other women. But with Sofia, he didn't mind things being monogamous. He said about the relationship, quote, "We just started hanging out. She's just a little different, you know? She's smart, she's cool, and she likes a lot of the stuff I like, so here we are." After his breakup, he claimed his taste in women changed a lot, and his standards for who he would pursue went way up. And at number 9, Hailey Grice. In July of 2020, Dan Bilzerian was rumored to have dated Instagram model Hailey Grice. Neither one of them confirmed that the relationship was official, but from their social media activity it's clear that they saw each other for a long time. It looked like the couple also social distanced together, which obviously would form a close bond. Dan posted a couple of photos with Grice from his home in Bel Air during the period where LA was not allowed to go outside. He also shared that she was helping him write his autobiography while they had some time off from traveling and living his usual lifestyle. On April 6th, he shared a photo sitting on a sofa and typing something on his laptop while Grice sat beside him. He wrote, quote, "Writing my book" in the caption. Months later, he confirmed that he finished this book, and she was also featured in that photo, making it clear that Grice was a mainstay in his life. Nothing more can really be said unless the pair confirm they are together or have broken up. And at number 8, Morgan Hultgren. Swedish Instagram model Morgan Hultgren has been linked to Bilzerian in the past, and it's been rumored that they were once officially dating. Even though the pair haven't announced publicly being in a relationship, lots of online tabloids mention they were an item. Morgan was born in Sweden and decided to move to the United States to pursue a career as a full-time model. After being linked with Dan, her career got a significant bump. When speaking about the potential romance between her and Bilzerian, she once said, quote, "What pisses me off is the fact that because I've dated someone in the public eye who's openly promiscuous and provocative, that I in turn must be the same way. I must have low standards and low self-esteem and little respect for myself, and it's the exact opposite." And at number 7, Katie Bell. Katie Bell and Dan dated back in 2018. The way they met is most likely the way that Dan meets a lot of women. Belle DM'd him some photos of herself after finding out who he was, and the next day they started talking and an instant attraction sparked. Only a few days later, he said he would fly her out to LA so they could meet in person. Apparently she took some time to decide if that's what she wanted to do, but after a few days they agreed he would send a private jet to Tampa to pick her up and bring her to him in LA. They started dating soon after, and by late September of 2018, Belle had already appeared in a bunch of Dan's social media posts, and she started gaining tons of followers on Instagram. The pair were together for about a year, but from what we have heard from Dan, this relationship was not monogamous, and he was sleeping with other people during their relationship. The pair split in the fall of 2019 and have stayed on good terms. She often thanks him for making her famous. And at number 6, Desiree Scholtz. Desiree Scholtz is a model based in LA, and they first started seeing each other in June of 2019. It seems there may have been some overlap with Desiree and Dan's last fling with Katie Bell. The pair were spotted on his Instagram many times over the course of their relationship. They even went on a trip to Thailand together in September of 2019. After Desiree and Dan broke up, she moved on to Love Island contestant Joe Garrett, although that couple broke up in April of 2021. A source said about their split, quote, "Over lockdown, Joe went to America to be with Desiree and was there a few months, and then went to Dubai together again for a couple months. But Joe had to return back to the UK for work and Desiree to America for work, and just being a long-distance relationship wasn't going to work out." Adding, quote, "It's amicable and they're going to stay friends." At number 5, Leidy Amelia. Dan and Cuban Instagram model Leidy Amelia had a fling in summer of 2019. We've gotten very little details on the extent of their relationship, but it's clear they had a fling for at least a few months. In July of 2019, Dan and Amelia, along with some other girls, went on a European tour. It's clear that Amelia was special because Dan posted a photo of Amelia with her on his lap. She then posted this same photo and captioned the image on her page, quote, "My king." In many of her posts from that trip, she hinted that she and Dan were in a relationship. She is currently signed to Next Models and is furthering her model career, and it seems that her and Dan are in good terms since the split. And at number 4, Hannah Palmer. Dan and Hannah Palmer were rumored to have dated sometime in 2018. Dan rarely parties with the same girls twice, so when Hannah was seen partying with Dan multiple times, it was clear that she was someone special to him. In September of 2018, Dan shared their photos from what looked like their getaway on Instagram. Palmer was born in Arizona and went to university there, along with attending beauty school. This is where she fell in love with fashion and modeling. She decided to launch her career on social media, and she posted tons of photos of herself on Instagram. After gaining some traction, she entered a competition to be Maxim's next cover girl, finishing 34th overall. This is around the time she caught the attention of Dan. Since then, she's gone on to model for huge brands like Fashion Nova. And at number 3, Suelyn Medeiros. Suelyn Medeiros and Dan Bilzerian dated around 2018. Neither party has confirmed when exactly they started hanging out or when it ended, but they appeared together several times by the middle of the year, so it was clear they were seeing each other in some capacity. They went on a special trip to Armenia together while they were dating. This was special because Dan has Armenian heritage. Medeiros was also spotted hanging out with Dan and a group of other girls in Thailand later that year. She was born in New York but grew up in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. She later moved back to the States to pursue her dreams of becoming a model. Other than her relationship with Dan, she's been linked to other celebrities like Canadian businessman Joe Salvatore and singer Chris Brown. Her and Chris were spotted in a hotel room cozying up together, which sparked the rumors of their relationship. In at number 2, Lauren Blake. Lauren Blake was rumored to be dating Bilzerian in the summer of 2016. Blake is an Instagram model, and we assume they met online. The dating rumor started after the pair were snapped out vacationing at a few tropical destinations. They had been seen out in Miami, Milan, and Prague. Following his usual pattern, the two only dated for a few months before splitting. When Lauren was young, she decided to pursue a career in the sciences. She studied biochemistry in college and also spent 8 years working in hospitals and medical facilities to become more familiar with the field. Although she chose this path, she had always wanted to be a model, but never thought to pursue it. As she got older, it became clear she could model as a career, and that's when she decided to take it seriously. This is also when she met Dan. And finally, number 1, Lindsey Pelas. Lindsey Pelas is one of many girls that Dan has hooked up with over the years. It doesn't look like the pair ever officially dated, but rather they partied a few nights together. Dan is known for his wild lifestyle of drinking, partying, and being surrounded by beautiful women. The people who surround Dan usually wonder if it's true or if that lifestyle is all for show. Lindsey Pelas went on the Hollywood Raw podcast to set the record straight about his life, confirming that what we see on Instagram is 100% true. When asked about the huge parties with crowds of women, the model said, quote, "Absolutely, it's all real, which is crazy, 100%. Adding, quote, "It was so interesting to me that the first time we met, I actually came home and I wrote the entire story down. Like I had 10 pages of when I met Dan Bilzerian, because it was the wildest night." She went on to describe how they met on Halloween night at the Playboy Mansion. She said that a security guard came up to her and asked if she wanted to meet Dan Bilzerian. She said yes, and when she went over to him, he immediately complimented her on her physique. She then remembered going back to his place, and she could not believe the insane amount of wealth that he had. Adding, quote, "But the whole thing was real. He is the real deal." So that's all for the list, guys. Let me know your thoughts below, but before I go, I'm gonna shout out some comments from celebrities who tried to warn us about Whoopi Goldberg. Jamie said, "I can understand what she said about women hitting men and expecting not to be hit back. I believe in equality, so you can't be a feminist and say a man should treat a woman as special and fragile. I don't plan on hitting a man 2 times my size unless provoked, and I wouldn't do it without backup." Yeah, I guess if you look at the bigger message here, it's like don't expect men to be chivalrous, and you know, if you put some pressure on them, they might give it back to you, so you know what I mean? Don't expect them to be respectful, basically, which is, I guess, a decent message. Then Joe said, "I love her forever, but when the lines are crossed, there must be consequences. Let's not forget the last time she hosted the Oscars, she wore whiteface as Queen Elizabeth and spoke in a British accent. Not too long after, she made the comment about Bush, hence her time away from Hollywood because she was cancelled. Literally at the end of her rope till Barbara swiftly brought her on The View after Rosie." I mean, that's true. Before going on The View, her career was definitely on a major downhill. I didn't know about that Queen Elizabeth thing. I'm definitely gonna go Google that right now. Alright guys, that is all for the video today. I've been your host, Mackenzie Smith, and we will catch you in the next one.